Binge the full week ad-free over at patreon.com/inspireddisorder.
What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a new episode of Swipe Up, the 131st episode of the show, where I share some of my favorite posts from Instagram. Let's get it started with this first post of just some amazingly beautiful and crazy designed furniture. Clearly inspired by scorpions and spiders and praying mantises. Just beautifully carved wood furniture with the padding, you got the scorpion with the padding, kind of the arch of the scorpion stinger is the backrest. Just like furniture that looks cool, right? If I had a giant office, and I wanted some badass chairs, to be lounging around in. That's like, you want to have a negotiation room, and you're in a scorpion chair, and maybe you get like like a little like a ladybug chair for the person you're negotiating against, just to make them feel like, maybe they'll get blown away for good luck. But yeah, just some amazingly beautiful. I mean, it's an aesthetic that's a bit aggressive for me, a bit aggressive, but I really do love the wood, the not only the cushions, but the wood grain and how the contrast of both of those and the different pieces. Um, you know, like if I was had a lot more money, my own house, an office space where a negotiation type of a room, I could see that, chairs like this being there, you know. I don't know. It would maybe, that's the room that I watch MMA in or something like that. Just have to be more aggressive. I would imagine you could have some amazing sex in like a room that has like aggressive furniture like that too, right? Because it's like non-traditional furniture, so maybe there's some new creative positions you can get into. But anyway, I came across that, and it's beautiful. And if you're not watching the video version of this show, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Go check out dailyart_viral or pokavo_master. Anyway, let's move on now to just the reality of kind of the America that we're living in. I've seen this floating around. Miss Pat put this up, so I made sure to grab it. But it's just portraits. Let's just say portraits illustrating the vast contrast in how people of varying levels of melanin get treated in this country as compared to their level of armament they have on their person at any given time of uh, coming in contact with a police officer. So of course it goes with the little white guy who's heavily armed but arrested. Then you have George Floyd, unarmed but murdered. And it just kind of goes on down the line of all of these white domestic terrorists that are heavily armed with assault rifles, that there's no need for a citizen to have an assault rifle. You're definitely not going to take on the United States military. I don't know what other military forces that you would be called upon to do it, unless, I guess, Trump wants you to storm the Capitol again. Maybe they'll be armed next time. I know they tried to be armed this previous time. Versus just being a black person, an unarmed black person. You can get killed. You could be sleeping in your bed, and cops will bust in and murder you, and nothing will happen to them. Just so many of these, and it's constant. And since lockdowns kind of getting lifted everywhere, we're seeing mass shootings constantly again. Not just in schools. It's been like grocery stores. Of course, there was the massage parlors that were shot up in Georgia. And it's all these fucking white crazy domestic terrorists that have easy access to military grade tools designed to eliminate human life. All they have to do, all these weak ass, pathetic human domestic terrorists, they have to have the ability to curl a finger and you can eliminate human life. I think it should be more difficult to kill somebody than just a frail, like, pathetic human, just pulling the trigger back, and then, human life gone, human life gone, human life gone, assuming they can like aim or whatever. But yeah, just this past year, with George Floyd getting murdered and all the protests and everything, it's been the clarity involved with this situation is staggering. Staggering how clear things come into focus during 2020. How just how cops just can literally kill people with impunity. Very little to nothing happens. Hopefully things are changing. I wish they would change more. But let's change on to the next one. Moving on to a much lighter note. One of my favorite podcasts of all time, the Slash Filmcast. One of the best movie review podcasts ever. I've been listening to them for like 12 years now. The current cast is a mixture of the original Slash Filmcast and one of my favorite podcasts back in the day, the Totally Rad Show. But these are three little Lego sculptures of the three hosts, David Chen, Jeff Kanata, and Devendra Hardawar. And just really adorable kind of Lego sculptures. I don't know if they're made with Lego or if it's a different type of a building block material, because they have a very specific kind of almost the Funko Pop look to it, or like a Minecraft look to it. But definitely are all look very spot on in comparison to the co-host, the hosts that they represent. But yeah, go check out the Slash Filmcast if you like movies and you want like amazing discussions, which you will not get on this show. But yeah, Slash Filmcast, they also have a Patreon. But yeah, check them out, Slash Filmcast. Love them. Moving on to we need to go deeper, right? It was nice looking at the little sculptures of the Slash Filmcast guys, but we're gonna go little moment of zen, take some deep breaths, watch the wind blow through this palm tree, right? Just breathe in, breathe out. Nice, deep, long breaths. Just a moment of zen, right? Just a little bit of nature. Nothing exists except for this moment. And then outside of this moment, everything exists and it's all horrible. And we need to stop just all of these racially charged hate crimes. It's ridiculous. But yeah, moment of zen. Now moving on to one last piece of corruption. Are California oil companies complying with the law? I think if you have to ask that question, the answer is probably fuck no. Not a chance in hell. No way, Jose. I mean, what giant companies don't get away with everything? I worked at Costco for 13 years, and they're well regarded. I will never step inside of a Costco again in my entire life. And that's a company that's well regarded, that like actually pays their employees slightly more than Walmart does and does things. They really put on a good facade of being a good company. But yeah, to think oil companies aren't taking advantage and cutting corners. Are you kidding me? Like how much money do they spend on politicians? Those are the people who they would cut corners with, are the people like that are supposed to like hold them accountable. The whole reason one of the reasons we have a government is to protect us people from businesses, because businesses they're not beholden to anybody. They're not beholden to the life of humans. They don't care. Profits. That's it. If it's profitable to kill people, then private prisons. Profitable to incarcerate and remove the rights for enslaving people, private prisons. Yeah, businesses only care about money. So to think that they wouldn't cut corners, of course they are. And there should be no reality where businesses should be able to donate to any kind of public figure, because the public figures aren't there to serve the businesses. They're to serve the people. And most people are not businesses. They are generally stepped upon by businesses. They're the logs to which the stones of businesses are rolled up the hill and discarded. But yeah, of course they are. We'll see if anything happens. Be surprising if the Desert Sun and ProPublica come out with anything. If they come out with anything, who knows if anything will actually happen. But yeah, that's it for this episode. Let's do some shout outs and get out of here. Shout out Daily Art _viral. Shout out Pak Homov _master. Shout out comedian Miss Pat. Shout out Dave Chensky. Shout out Coachella Valley. Chad.vh. Shout out Desert Sun. Shout out Photog J. And most importantly, shout out to you. Go get yourself some amazing coffee from our friends over at stationhousecoffee.com. Follow Station House Coffee on Instagram, but make sure you order yourself some small batch, single origin, premium coffee brewed in Thetford Center, Vermont, shipped directly to you, no matter where you are. Just hit them up over at stationhousecoffee.com. Give them a follow, Station House Coffee on Instagram, and get yourself some of the best coffee on the planet Earth. New episodes of The Ray Taylor Show come out every single day. Subscribe on IGTV, YouTube, and everywhere else podcasts are found. Binge the full week ad-free over at patreon.com/Inspired Disorder. Buy Ray Taylor Show merch over at inspireddisorder.com. And follow the show on Instagram at Ray Taylor Show. Have a wonderful week, everybody. Peace out!